Okay, hello. If you are just joining, you might see me streaming on twitch.tv/Noisebridge now, or what is it, YouTube Live/Noisebridge? Let's get that link here. Where is it? Where's our live? Is this where we find it? That's just a... Not sure how to get a live link to the YouTube stream. Shorter link I can see? I don't know. Wish I could figure out how to paste a link to the screen here. I wonder, do we think that we want to put a link like right here? Well, you can't really see. Like over here on the screen somewhere to the YouTube stream also? Should we? I don't know if that's necessary. But maybe just on the project page there should be a link to the YouTube stream. I think that's what we're missing. So that's one thing that needs to be done. Anywho, I'm gonna redo the whole spiel again. If you're just joining, or if you're watching this video at a later date, welcome to the weekly Saturday stream for Ingalact, the Noisebridge Gaming Archivists Live Arcade Cabinet. This is a project to create a arcade cabinet from which we can, and anyone can, come in live stream from. So this thing is publicly accessible. Anyone can come here to our place in San Francisco called Noisebridge. They can come up to this cabinet, press this button right here, and stream away. Talk to people who are watching our Twitch channel or our YouTube live stream. You can see more information on the webpage, the Noisebridge wiki page, which is noisebridge.net/wiki/ngalac, to get an overall bigger idea of the longer project narrative, what we intend to do with this cabinet. So the cabinet, in a sense, is done. In another sense, it's a total work in progress. So we are continuing to improve on the way the stream looks and the process of building this thing. Right now, this is kind of where we're at. We have a system that plays games and can stream to our live streaming accounts, and we are improving on the user experience, which is to say, when someone comes up here, what do they do in order to play games and stream? How do we encourage them to come say hi, talk into the microphone, and look into the cameras, and maybe explain a little bit about themselves and what they're doing here. The other thing is making it as easy as possible to choose the game you want and play it with the controllers you want, whether it's these arcade buttons or the actual controllers that they were originally intended to play with these games. So I could take a controller like this one here and just plug it into the port. So we got a series of ports right here on this front panel, and theoretically I can just start using it if I plug it in the right way. So there's a little bit of maybe the controller's set? I don't know. There's a little bit of manual configuration that needs to be done. And that's kind of a problem, right? That's something we're going to be working on as we go forward. So this is sort of like version 1 of the system, where you kind of have to plug in the controller. Maybe, I'm not sure if... This one's not working, for what reason? It might be that you have to go out of the actual emulator. That shouldn't be the case, though. Okay, well now it works. So I can just like start this over again. Yeah, that's kind of strange how that did that. So anyway, so we've got this thing where we're plugging controllers in and we have to sort of power them on and then kind of wait. And you have to do it in a certain order. It's not like totally intuitive. So the goal is to have it be, I'm gonna turn the volume down on this just a tad. The goal is to have it be a little more easy to use for anyone who just walks up to the cabinet and doesn't know what they're doing. Then that's when we'll sort of consider ourselves at the 1.0 stage with this thing, I guess. So we're we kind of did an alpha. We took it to Maker Faire. We showed it off and what it can do. We're going to be in beta stage soon. Is it just that the start button doesn't work on this? I wonder what... For some reason I can't use this controller. I can use it... Huh. Chat isn't showing up? Okay. I guess I'm going to stick to these controls for now. I might have disabled something accidentally. USB bus issue with the controls camera. No, someone on live stream SNES controllers was not turning on. Okay. Interesting. It's very strange, especially considering that that one is. Maybe if I try this one. Maybe this one will work. I don't know. Also, I'm not seeing the chat in my stream. Yeah, so that's interesting. So, yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few issues still, even though it's a little... There's a lot of kinks to work out in a system like this, as it turns out. Testing is kind of a huge part of the process, and should never be underestimated. I think now that we've kind of built the system, this is basically the testing phase, and this is where we get to see about all the sorts of things that can go wrong. So I wonder what the controller issue is here. I don't think this has to do with the controllers actually being detected. I think this has to do with a input configuration change I might have made in the main system. Because yeah, this is just straight up not working at the moment. Yeah, where is my chat box? If I could see the chat box, I could say hi to people. Whoever is watching, hello. Okay, where's our chat box? Let's take a look at this and see what's going on here. Properties. Okay, so we've got a link. Maybe if I just turn it off and on. Screensaver. We want to go to live. What now? Can I see the chat now? This is because I wasn't on the live scene? Is that possible? Can someone in chat type something so I can see if it shows up now? Curious. So, these kind of issues are just gonna happen a lot as we work on the overall process. We want to have everything set a certain way so that we can basically switch to a known working state, if that makes sense. What we call production mode versus, development mode. Speaking of which, I was just in development mode right before this, and thinking I was in production mode until I realized that I wasn't streaming to the actual Noisebridge Twitch account. Can anyone type in the chat? I'll type something into the chat. I'll get on the stream here. Hello, this is a test. Can we see anything? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, it works. That's fine. Okay, it's all good, Jared. I don't know if you're watching right now, but yeah, everything's good. It was okay, so it's because, so what we need to make sure when we okay. What we need to make sure when we start the stream every time, or when a random user starts the stream, is that they're always on the live scene, because it was defaulted to not live. And so that goes to a different scene where the chat doesn't show up. I don't even know why we have this not live. Was that before we realized we could do profiles? Should I just get rid of not live? I don't know. So this is a question we have to answer. So there's a difference. So we're using OBS to handle the broadcasting to the various places, and so there's a difference between scenes and profiles. Okay, so a scene is going to be sort of what shows up on the screen, you know, over here. Profile kind of has to do with where it goes. So if I switch to the screensaver scene, does the mic still go on? Let's find out. Let's find out if the mic still is running in the screensaver scene. Assume you saw it go to the screensaver real quick, but maybe you couldn't hear me for a second, or could you? I don't know. Okay, yeah. So there's no audio when you switch to screensaver scene because there's no mic set up in screensaver, which kind of makes sense. We probably don't want that. So yeah, so I should just get rid of not live. We don't need that anymore, right? Is that what I understand? Is that just like a thing that might mess people up? Okay. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Wish to remove not live? Yep. Okay, there we go. Back to live. Live scene. So one thing I want to do with the scene here that we need to do for next week is have a little bar maybe here or over here where the game is, or down here somewhere, maybe just below the chat, that shows the Twitch info about how many viewers are watching. That way we can sort of see that. I think that'd be important to see while you're streaming, so you know you're not, if you're a random person and you're coming up to stream and you're not kind of like also looking at the Twitch chat like I am. I'm looking at it off to the side here. But if you're a random person that comes up to use the cabinet, you want to be able to see how many people are watching you right at any given moment, right? So you know you're not just talking to thin air. Also, we got the chat issue solved, I think. So we know if people are chatting or not. But that's something that I think was missing. What else what kind of other information from Twitch do we need to have on our stream so that we can sort of see what's going on, I guess is the question. So one thing that's not showing up that I think also needs to be in the actual stream window is whether we are streaming or not, right? So that's kind of important, I think, because right now, basically the idea is like to have the stream kind of thing showing at full screen on the top screen up here. But you have no idea if you're online or not, right? If you can't see what OBS is doing. So we need to put that into the stream window, I suppose. Some kind of feedback to the user, to the player of the cabinet, that the stream is in fact on, right? Perhaps even an acknowledgement of that it's in the production profile. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, there's a little heart on the screen. Also, how come I see the heart on the stream Twitch, but not on... Oh, we'll have the cabinet lights? Oh, you mean all the on-air lights and whatnot? Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good indicator. I suppose I think my point still stands to have it, just because for redundancy. Like, then not only will you know, have the lights, but also a little indicator on screen that you're online. That way you definitely know for sure, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, the on-air lights are good. It's just good. Yeah, exactly. You know this, but it's good design to give the player as much feedback as possible about what's going on. To let them know. Let them know that they're online. Let them know that there are people watching. Yeah, that's important. So I might have already mentioned this. Oh wait, no, I don't think I talked about this yet. I had started talking about it when I accidentally was in the development stream channel. Now that we're actually streaming to Twitch, people will see this video on our Twitch account. So I wanted to mention what I had been doing this week in regards to controller stuff. We were having some issues with Nintendo 64 things, and I learned a lot about Nintendo 64 config. I kind of want to play this game while I talk, so I want to try a different game. What is Spring Breeze? What do we do? All the food from Dreamland has been stolen. Hurry, Kirby, or everyone will starve. Oh no, well we can't have that. Can't have starving. That reminds me, I gotta get some food soon. Okay. Stage 1, 2, 3, or 4. Continue. Or new game. Just do a new game. This is my first time playing this one. Okay. So here's the guide. Welcome to the beginner's show. Okay, here's how we play. This is the controller. This is not exactly my controller, but it's okay. I know what's mapped to what here, so. This is Kirby. Okay. He's a jolly fellow. Okay. Okay, got it. So far, so good. Okay. Take the food off the obstacle. Okay. Wow. They should just have you do this at the beginning of the game instead of letting you choose something else entirely. Push B while he's in the air. Alright. Great. Next step. Okay. Okay. Thanks for your help / thanks for watching, Jared. You go get your dinner. I'm gonna go get mine soon, so. All this eating of food in Kirby is making me hungry. But I'm gonna stream for a little bit here. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm kind of done with this tutorial. I don't want to do this. I just want to play this game. And talk about what we've been doing here. So people in the video can watch the video and sort of see what's up. Okay. So I was talking about controller configuration. What did I learn? I learned that not all emulators are created equal this week, especially when it comes to... That's a cool power. And you can charge them up and shoot. That's awesome. So... if anybody cares, the system we're using under the hood is actually a pretty well-known system called RetroPie, and it runs different emulators that run all the games on this machine here. So every emulator has sort of its own config files that RetroPie uses, and there's a global configuration file that RetroPie uses, or I should say RetroArch, which is what the underlying software that houses the emulators that RetroPie uses. Okay, so there's like kind of a stack of different software here that is going that's going under the hood. RetroPie or RetroArch, RetroPie emulation station. RetroArch runs all the emulators and handles configuration. And the main thing I'm concerned with is input. So for most of these, it's pretty straightforward to... Oh, come on. There we go, got him. To assign different buttons on the controllers of these systems. For instance, like the Super Nintendo controller, you know, these buttons all map to different things here. Our system basically treats these buttons like a keyboard, and we can kind of change those mappings through the RetroArch config files. So the interesting thing is, when it comes to the Nintendo 64 emulators that we're using, it uses different configuration files than the RetroArch ones. The RetroArch ones don't even do anything, in fact. So it took a bit of research and kind of like snooping around the system and snooping around the internet a little bit to figure out what files do what for the Nintendo 64 emulator we're using, which, by the way, is called Mupin64. And it was even a bit more work to sort of... Can I not go up there? It was even a bit more work to get the keyboard keys mapped appropriately, aka the keyboard keys, aka these. I don't know how to get over there. But I eventually kind of more or less figured it out. But now there is an issue with basically the same issue we've had the whole time I've been kind of working on this system and building it out, which is controller detection. So we have to basically be able to, I think, what we want to do is basically have the user be able to use either these controls or plug in a controller into this panel here and use the controller, you know, like gamepad, you know, like one of these. So in order to do that, I think we're gonna have to, especially for the N64, we're gonna have to swap out config files sort of like programmatically. And so that's a task I'm gonna be working on going forward here. Let's go through these. Sounds like a boss fight or something. It is. I wonder if I can just spam him like this. Will that stuff not hurt me, really? Oh wow. really? It's Kirby, I guess. These games are known for being kind of easy. So I haven't played this game before, but I played a lot of Kirby as a kid on the Game Boy. Hello, Green Rosetta. How are you? I can see the chat. Wow. So this is this is an interesting game. This mini game seems to play a bit more like the Kirby games that I know. Alright, just decided to venture down the rabbit hole. That's cool. What rabbit hole is that? Are you just a random Twitch watcher, or did you find out about us through somewhere? Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Welcome to join me and play this if you want.
What is this?
This is Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah.
I've heard about Kirby. I've never seen Kirby.
Yeah, this is Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo. So it's one of those. I played a lot of Kirby. You discovered us under Retro Game. So Green Rosetta, this is if you don't know, this is an arcade cabinet project that we're working on at our makerspace Noisebridge in San Francisco. So the idea is we built this machine that plays retro games, and anyone can come here to our makerspace and use it and stream from it anytime they want. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And feel free to, go back and watch the rest of this video from earlier if you want. But the basic idea is I and maybe some other people are going to be, yeah. If you're not, nearby, it's a bit of a trip to get out to San Francisco. Oh, what's that?
What is that?
That's a good question. What is that? That's something that was made at Noisebridge, I guess. Oh, you're in Australia. When we announced, we just kind of did an announcement about this project and for this thing. There was a guy from Australia who I was talking to who said he has something similar. His name is Andrew Bills. He said he's making a similar streaming arcade cabinet, except his cabinet is specifically, it plays games that are indie games made in Australia. I couldn't tell you where he's from. I don't know where he's from. He said he was trying to recruit developers from different parts of the country or continent or whatever you call it. Oh my god. Okay, that guy was a little tough. Oh, come on. Can I suck up those ice things and shoot them back out at him? Come on. Oh. Eating it does no good. You only have boring graphic design and marketing skills? That's not boring. Okay, let's see if I can spit that. Oh, I missed. Come on, give me something to eat. There, got him. Oh wow, he doesn't take many hits from that. The thing you gotta realize is that every skill is a good skill. If you put the time and effort to really learn it in, There are bad developers and there are bad graphic designers, Oh, come on. Oh, that was close. Come on, give me another one. Got him. Eat that, buddy. Oh, he hurt me. Got the ice power. Oh, yeah. There you go, making Twitch emotes. That's good. Do you have some local streamers that you follow from Australia? Or, you just make Twitch emotes for yourself? I like this ice power. Is this a special ice power? Have you ever played this game? One channel, which you run. That's cool. I'll see if I can check out your channel later. Since you are one of our first viewers. I can maybe at least give you a personal follow. I don't know if I'm allowed to follow anybody from this account or not. This is mostly just an account to stream from, not to watch people from. Worked with about 150 channels for design stuff. That's cool. Wow. That's pretty impressive. I'm like just starting to get into Twitch. This is kind of why I built this. Well, it wasn't just me who built this cabinet, but I kind of sort of came to my friends with this idea to build it because I wanted a I wanted to have a rig to stream from because I can't have one in my house. So, and I figured I'm probably not the only person who's in that situation, you know. There's probably more people like me that there's probably more people like me that can't stream from their apartments or houses or whatever and want to. So hopefully this thing is a thing that people can come to and you know, use to try something out that they've always wanted to, you know. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the idea is going to stream every Saturday and talk about, you know, just for a little bit. I don't know how long, because this is kind of like just me and my free time, you know. This thing was built by, you know, volunteers and just me and some people in our free time. And when we have free time on Saturday, we're going to come in, stream, and talk about, you know, progress on this machine and what we've been working on with it. So, yeah, it should be fun. Got a random viewer who's chatting with me. That's nice. You want to say hey, Blake? That's Blake. He's a cool guy. He makes things. He's making a boat. I don't want to tell him too much, but I don't know. Maybe you can tell him about the boat.
It's a sailing canoe. I'm trying to read the back text.
Oh. What's that?
I'm trying to read their chats.
Oh yeah. I can make it bigger actually.
Oh, Kirby.
Gonna fail and die at the game, but there you go. There you go. There we go.
Come to Noisebridge and help.
Come to Noisebridge
to help here.
Yeah. Check out our wiki, Rosetta. She's in, I guess is it she? I don't know. Based on the name. Green Rosetta's in Australia.
Oh.
Said it's going to be tough to come to Noisebridge. But yeah, check out noisebridge.net. That's where like all the info about our places, and you know, we always take donations, so.
This one's just for streaming the
You're a grill.
crotch shot down here.
The crotch shot?
Yeah.
Yeah. The crotch shot. Exactly. That's the controller shot, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta see like what I'm doing. Although I don't know, is there much of a lag on the stream? I'm wondering, cause like what I'm seeing down here seems kind of wonky, you know?
Laggy.
Yeah. The controls camera seems like it's pretty low frame per second. How could you help with your skills? Oh. You mentioned you're a graphic designer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to help out with this particular project, feel free to make emotes for us. Make Noisebridge emotes.
Can they see the arcade cabinet itself?
No, they can just see like just this, yeah, and they can see like what's on these two cameras. This is what they see. So, yeah. Wow. It's hard to play games in tugs. What's that? Oh yeah.
This is what the cabinet looks like.
Yeah. What does your Twitch algorithm do? It's weird that you can go in a door that's in the air.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man, that's that boss right
Come on.
there.
Oh, Jesus. Oh god.
Nice.
Alright. Kirby's too easy. Too easy, he said, as he died 100 times and has 0 lives left. This music is so pleasant, though. Oh. It's a microphone. A deadly microphone.
Is there a hackerspace at your home, Green Rosetta?
Yeah, do you know any hackerspaces in Australia?
What would happen if we had a...
Chuck you a big raid. Oh, you don't want to chuck us a big raid, not yet. We're still trying to work out the kinks of the stream, you know, so...
I mean,
I don't
it would just...
What would happen is...
I mean, it's not like we'd have bandwidth problems, right?
No, but a lot of people would, like, watch us and be like, who are these clowns?
They dox me.
Yeah. No. I don't know, man. I don't know what they would do. They'd probably be like, wow, what a stupid stream. And then we would never have them watch again.
Should start a hackerspace in your town and make a cabinet there.
Yeah, you should, actually. That's a good idea. So the plans for this are all...
And then we'll help you.
Yeah, exactly. The plans for this cabinet are on our wiki, so if you want to, like, recreate it, you can do that, actually. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that'd be cool to be an affiliate one day. We're hoping we can do that soon. I don't know.
What's an affiliate?
It's like a special, like, Twitch kind of partner thing. It's like if Twitch recognizes you as having, like, a, you know, decent-sized audience.
Oh, hell yeah.
They give you, like, special promotion and stuff. And you get paid. So, I don't know how that would work for a charity organization, or I guess Twitch would classify us as,
Can I use this thing for camming?
Twitch would classify us as a charity organization. What's that?
Can I use this thing just to become a cam boy?
I don't know, do whatever you want. as long as it's excellent. Right?
Put up a curtain.
Yeah. If someone let you get away with that in here, I guess.
What's our Twitch handle?
Twitch.tv/Noisebridge. It's right there. Oh my god.
Do these videos get saved? And like, can you view old videos on Twitch?
Yep. There's gotta be a way to shoot that guy. I don't know how to beat this guy. I guess you gotta throw the dudes at him. How long have I been streaming now? You mean today? Today, like an hour at the most.
Streaming career.
Or in my streaming career. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Maybe she means overall. I don't know. Do you want to try this?
Yes.
Don't play Kirby?
Can I switch games?
Yeah, you can. You want to switch games? Hit select start at the same time to do that. So, like, I tried streaming a while. Like, I've streamed a couple times before. Like 2 or 3 times.
I want to play.
I tried streaming in my home a while back, and basically it didn't work out too well.
B for back.
Because I live in San Francisco, like I got kind of in trouble a little bit for making noise. I don't know. It's really like tightly packed in this city, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, no, I'm fairly new. When I tried streaming before, I streamed a few times and I played. I played a few games and I got like I don't know. I had like 8 to 10 people watching me before. But yeah, I'm pretty new. This one. Sorry, it's not clear at all. So we're working on that. This has been one of the interesting challenges, is working on the user experience so that it like is really intuitive, and it's not really intuitive right now. The controls are not like kind of like obvious, if that makes sense.
Yeah. We're gonna play some Battletoads.
Oh yeah, you want to do 2-player?
Sure.
Okay. If I just press the start on this one.
Told her I was coming over. Gaming.
Oh yeah. Well, you shouldn't abandon your girlfriend. That's not good. Get your girlfriend over here.
Hold on, I'm gaming. You can see me on twitch.tv/Noisebridge.
That's awesome. Okay.
Do we get 2 players in here?
Yeah. We should have. So I pressed that one. If you see 2 toads.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It makes no sense. I forget the controls. Alright.
So like I was playing this the other day. Yellow is the punch.
What's jump? Oh, for me it's green. Is that you too? It's the same?
I think you can only punch and jump.
Okay. Yeah, that's all you can do. And you can grab the staff. Ha! Got it.
Piggies.
So this is Battletoads. What do you usually stream, Rosetta? What kind of games?
Oh shit, I punched you.
Or do you stream games?
Sorry. I didn't mean to punch you.
Oh, thanks. You can get your bag, I think. Aha. Get out of here, bitch. Can you say bitch on stream?
Music. Yeah, what's our channel rating?
That old school NES music. It's so complex. Oh, you're behind the scenes. You don't stream at all. Oh, okay. You just help your big channel with your emotes and your graphics and whatnot.
Oh fuck. I keep killing you.
Yeah, so we've got a guy who whose name is Chris, you know, who is doing the graphic design and stuff for this stream and for this cabinet, but you know, like me, he's doing it in his spare time, and he's done some good work, and he's done some stuff, and it's pretty cool. But here, we've got this like screensaver, so check this out. I can switch to it real quick, but the mic will go. So you'll see something like that, kind of when people aren't playing games on this thing, supposedly, theoretically. Yeah. Okay, I gotta get back to playing the game, because...
Yeah, we're gamers.
We're gamers. We're gaming.
Gotta get...
But yeah, so we got someone that is working on the graphics stuff as we go here. I don't know how to play this. But yeah, all volunteer, and we're doing what we can in our spare time, because we all have jobs and stuff, you know.
Pretty bad at this frog game. I mean, frog game. Wow, I died, so we all
You think it's a
go
turtle
back to
game?
the beginning?
Your mind is on
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Battle Turtles.
If we had, do we have Turtles in Time for like Super Nintendo?
I did.
Awesome.
I did. I don't think it's loaded on here right now at the moment. But yeah, we've got it somewhere.
When is Twitch gonna like... Are people worried like they're gonna get sued for... I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
What?
Like, the intellectual property of like the game stream, like, is showing game footage copyright infringement?
That's an interesting question. I don't think so.
Like cutscenes and stuff. Like, I guess this is
No.
fair use or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like we're trying. So for one, we're not profiting off of this, right? So
A lot of people do that.
that's a huge thing.
Like if you were,
But they profit. So a lot of people, what they profit off of is the content, right? If they were showing just the game footage, you know, then that's one thing. But what we're kind of like, what we're broadcasting is the game footage combined with like our presence and whatnot, you know. So that's like a totally different intellectual property, if that makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
We could claim fair use on the video of our stream, right? Or whatever. Fair use? I don't know. I forget exactly how it works. Did I just... Oh, God, I have 0 hearts. I'm about to die then. Don't kill me. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Where's it taking you? Please leave my friend alone.
To Toad Hell.
Well, I think we've lost this game.
We're terrible. It's not because it's transformative content. Yeah, that one. You probably know better than us, since you do consulting and managing. Yeah. You done?
Oh, I'm done gaming.
Okay. It's hard to explain. It's not like showing a movie.
You should play both at once.
I could. I've tried. It's like basically impossible. Alright.
Why? Internet people.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop this game. That was fun. It's like a movie review. Exactly. Yeah. I get it. I know how that works. Where's our Super Nintendo? Okay. I want to keep playing Kirby. Come on. Okay. 13%. No idea. We'll keep trying this. This is more like the Kirby games I know. We're in stage 3, public class. Did I tell you where to find the info about this project? Do you have any questions about this? Do you want to know? Can I not kill the cannons? I guess. Ow. Okay. I forgot if I told you. There's a page for it. It's the thing is called Ngalac, Ngalac. So if you like search that in the search bar on our website, you'll find the page for it. Let's go. Ah. Oh, that's cool. You can do a spinning... How did I do that before? I don't know. Okay, I think this is where I died before. And... Ah, it's those stupid chickens. Also because I wasn't really paying attention. Oh yeah, I got this far anyway. Nailed it. Killed him. So yeah. What I've found so far working on this thing is that user experience is crucial, because it's kind of like streaming is not a thing that like just any old random person would normally think to do, or that they'd want to do or know how to do, right? They might be a little intimidated by coming up to a machine like this. They might be like wondering how to use it and how to stream. So we're trying to come up with a sort of intuitive process for teaching people without being here with them, you know? That's been like the biggest challenge so far. Especially because this machine like still has some quirks having to do with controls and whatnot. What's down here? What? That's lame. Death. That's what's down there. Can I get the music power? Do I have the music note power? Oh, wow. What the heck? So it's like a different power every time. Huh. Oh my god. No. What a jerk. Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna skip past this. Okay. Always like the cutter. These guys have a decent power up. Power's always been pretty good. Now, are these guys rocks? Is that what they are? I don't know. What about alerts? Can that be set up? What do you mean? Oh, with Streamlabs. We are using Streamlabs in some fashion or another. I don't know exactly. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Come on. Oh, you know what? I don't want that. Oh no, I wanted that. Okay. Someone follows you, you get a GIF and text. Yeah. So that is actually one of the things that we are working on right now. That's still in progress. That was kind of, unfortunately, I'm not gonna say like, oh, a rock. So he just turns into different rock-like things. I'm not gonna say it was like an afterthought, but it was kind of. We didn't get it done in time for our first showing of the cabinet, which was at Maker Faire. So we started the project back in like February, and a lot of it has just been, a lot of the work has been kind of getting everything working together, the gaming system and the streaming system and the fabrication, and just kind of baseline getting it working. And we had 3 months to do that. That was kind of where we were at after 3 months. Now setting everything up with the notifications and making the stream a little more user-friendly is kind of the next step. Yeah. Ah, so bad. So that's what we're working on. And yeah, I'll definitely be giving updates on that kind of every Saturday here. Hopefully leading up to to TwitchCon. We're gonna, because TwitchCon is in San Jose this year, we're gonna try and bring this thing to that. That's in like October. Ow. I want that power back. Come on. I think I'm gonna get him this time. I'm actually trying. Ah, dude, come on. Come on. Got him. Yeah, and deadlines are even harder when you have like a job and stuff. We definitely squeezed every last man hour we could out of each other for Maker Faire. That was fun. Speaking of which, do you guys do you know anything about Maker Faire? Do you guys have a Maker Faire in Australia? I don't know. It's kind of a thing they do around different. Oh yeah, stream quality settings, that's another thing that we have to work on. Oh, I think I can just wreck this guy like this. Oh, it's day to day. This must be the final battle. Too easy. Yeah, so I think we gotta do something about the stream quality settings. I think I was reading something about changing it in Streamlabs to account for different internet connection speeds. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not Streamlabs, maybe it's an OBS setting. Okay, I guess I beat the game. That was it. It might be in like the profile settings in OBS, I'm not sure. I don't really want to mess with it right now. But that's something that we have to do also. That's on our list of to-dos. So stream quality settings, stream user experience, also controls user experience, are a little inconsistent, sort of getting back to the main menu like this to go back and choose the game in the system. It's inconsistent due to the inconsistent control config files for each sort of different emulator and also this main interface, which is Emulation Station. But yeah, no, it's fun, and that's what we're working on. So it's kind of an ambitious project, I think, because we're trying to. I guess it feels like no one's done this before. We don't really know, to be honest, if anyone has done this before, to just like create a machine that literally anyone can use. But you know, here goes nothing. With that said, you know, please feel free to come back next Saturday, and I'll, you know, be here to give updates, you know, and let you know what we're doing, what we have done over the course of the week, and what needs to be done going forward. And yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off now because I'm hungry and it's dinner time. So keep an eye on the wiki page, and also, you know, follow our channel, and you'll get notifications anytime anyone goes live here. So yeah, I agree, Rosetta. Never settle for mediocrity. Never. All right, you too. Okay. Feel free to leave a link about the stream that you work on too, so I can follow it. Or just I'll type in. I'm watching the stream right now, so. You know what? Am I logged in as Noisebridge, or am I logged in as me? Let's see. I don't know. Hello? Oh, I'm logged in as Noisebridge, but it's cool. I'll find you online via my personal account or whatever. Alright. See you next time. I will do that. Sounds good. Peace.